Hey everyone, how are you doing today? I'm sorry I'm a couple minutes late, running behind a little bit, but welcome so much. Thank you for watching. Today is October 1st. So if you're watching on Facebook or a Facebook replay, hey Christine, or even a YouTube replay, thank you again for watching. I appreciate it. So like I said, it's October 1st. September was a whirlwind, you guys, and I just want to thank you a lot. I can't thank you enough. So because of all of you and my incredible team of Stampin' Chicks, I did end up earning the incentive trip. It was down to the wire yesterday, but it all worked out. So thank you again. And for those of you who have purchased or just supported me, I really appreciate it. Also, it's October 1st, which means it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So as a breast cancer survivor, it's been about 5.5 years or so, almost 6 years since I was diagnosed. But I just want to remind everybody to get out there and just use this month as an excuse to go get a mammogram. Don't fall behind because of the pandemic. Unfortunately, I know that that's kind of a common thing that has happened to us this past 1.5 years, right, with any types of doctor appointments. But please don't do that with your mammogram. So get out there, get it done, and get checked, and know that everything is okay. So in October, I try to wear pink every day. And the other day, I was wearing a cute pink shirt, and I got ink all over it, and it didn't come out. I thought, oh, one of my favorite shirts. But I ran and found another one for today. So I'm so glad you guys are here. Hey, Donna. Hey, Jackie. Today, I've got some really cute projects using the Pretty Pumpkins bundle. So it's a bundle, it's not a full big suite, but you can mix and match it with any types of products you like, any paper, ribbon, things like that. But it's a gorgeous bundle. You've probably seen some projects made with it. And so I wanted to show you some of my creations. So that's what we're gonna do today. Hey, Jackie and Marianne, thanks you guys. I don't have much housekeeping other than to say that this month, now that it's October, so I'll have today's video, the first Friday video, and then the third Friday video, which is October 15th. So that video will be right before we're going to take a big vacation. Our grandson today turns 2, and he's our little Irish boy. He lives in Ireland. Our daughter married the love of her life a few years ago, and they are currently living in Ireland. So in a couple weeks, a little over 2 weeks, we're gonna take a trip to go and see them. So I will be back in 2 weeks though, on the 15th, because we don't leave yet. So I'll be able to do that third Friday video with you guys and talk to you more about that. So anyway, can you tell I just feel like it's like, crazy day, lots happening. Great first of the month though. So let's take a peek. Let me show you a couple things. I will show you the cards that we're gonna make today. I tried to go a little different than things that I've seen. So this is the first card using this really cute die cut. So obviously the pumpkins, and you can color them and things. And then this cute one as well. And on this one, do you remember, did you watch my paper pumpkin video the other night? I used that gorgeous gold metallic paper. So today I'm using the rose gold. So it comes in a pack like this. There are 8 sheets, 4 of each for $5. And this paper, you guys, is just gorgeous. It die cuts really well. It punches really well. And the backing is really nice. It accepts adhesive, so you don't have to worry about how you're gonna hold it on. And it's just nice and thin and gorgeous. Blingy and gorgeous. Right up my alley. Okay, what's new with you guys? How is your month going? Let me just take a peek and see before I flip you down. Oh, hi, Marianne. Thanks, Bonnie. You guys are sweet. Hi, Francis. Hey, Linda. Oh, you guys are so nice. I appreciate it. I'm going to flip the camera down and we'll start creating. And then I'm gonna turn on my laptop though, so it'll take me just a second to make sure that I'm up on there. All right, so hang on just a sec and we'll get going on these cute projects today. Let me get you turned down there. And then take a peek on my laptop and see where we're at on here. Okay, so now I can see we're a little crooked. Let's see if that's gonna make it any better. Or I did it the wrong way and it's gonna make it worse. So, alrighty, here's another shot of today's cute cards. Again, this is that rose gold metallic paper. Isn't it gorgeous? Again, if you watched the paper pumpkin video the other night, I did the same pumpkin in gold metallic. So I just love it. And it's nice that you get 8 of the 6x6 sheets in one pack. That's pretty cool. Well, that just made it worse now that I can actually see. I'm sorry, you guys. Because I can't tell. Here, we'll just do it this way. See if that helps a little bit. Okay. Doggone it. All right, so I also am using the Bark 3D embossing folder. Just when you think you got things going on good, for Pete's sakes. This is really nice. This is a 3D folder, so it makes these really cool lines. We're going to use gray granite 1/4 inch ribbon, and that mostly is because I didn't have any smoky slate, and it's actually a perfect color ribbon that coordinates with the smoky slate and the basic gray that we're using. And then here's the big highlight here. So this is the Pretty Pumpkin stamp set, and then the dies, the detailed pumpkin dies. Aren't they cool? So this, you can see obviously this really big, gorgeous one. And then here's the 3 different pumpkins. And we're using all 3 of those today. So that's kind of cool. And then last but not least, I am using some of the Stitched So Sweetly dies. This big rectangle here is what we're gonna use. So just a reminder that the tutorial is free for you guys, and it will post on my blog at chickstamper.com later this afternoon, okay? You'll be able to take a peek and you can print it off. It will have all the dimensions and everything that you need. And you can change it up if you've got paper, what you want to use at home. So we're gonna start with this gorgeous rose gold card and rose gold paper, I should say. So I've got all my pieces here, and I've got a piece of smoky slate for the card base, and actually smoky slate is going to be our card base for both cards today. And then I wanted to bring in some pink just as an ode to October and Breast Cancer Month. So Blushing Bride and then Basic Gray. And you can see here, hopefully you can see that I've used that embossing folder on this piece. So the first thing I'm going to do is just attach these. I've got my seal. Actually, Seal Plus, I should say. So just a little edge, a little rim of pink showing there. Alrighty, so this adorable buffalo check paper, this is from the Peaceful Place designer paper, which is the black and gray and white paper in the holiday catalog. It has beautiful trees and silver on it. It's just gorgeous. So I just decided to take a piece of that to use for this project because it worked out perfect. So I'm just kind of centering this on the bottom. Again, just leaving a little edge of that gray right around. Perfect. Okay, so then let's get our gray granite ribbon, and we'll put this right at the top. Normally gray granite wouldn't really go with these colors because it has a tinge of kind of purple in it. But it works because it's just the ribbon and it doesn't have to be exact. But you probably wouldn't see me mixing these different papers with the gray granite and smoky slate, basic gray, things like that. All right. Let's see if I can get my, there we go. My adhesive running there, and I just want to get a little bit of adhesive around the back, and I'm going to get my ribbon on there, and then we'll check our adhesive for putting it onto our card base. We'll just add a little bit more to help that ribbon stay on. Alrighty, so I'm just going to put this right in here. Obviously, I'm trying to center it is my goal. So it's about a 1/4 inch in, but I think a little less than that, about 3/8 probably. There we go. Okay, so what I decided to do on this large pumpkin, because it's pretty detailed, right? It's kind of hard to get adhesive everywhere. So I used our adhesive sheets. So our adhesive sheets are 6 by 12, and I just cut it in half, so it was 6 by 6, and I covered one whole sheet of the metallic paper on the back side. So when I cut it through with a die, then I had adhesive already on here, and I don't have to worry about it. So I just was poking out a couple little leftover pieces there. So you can see with the adhesive sheet, that part comes off. This is garbage. And then now this is sticky. So it's really nice and makes it so very easy. So I'm just gonna put this pumpkin right here. There's really no wrong or right. I also use the same metallic paper on the pumpkin outline. So it's a full pumpkin, and I'm just gonna put him down here. And then this cute one is basic gray, and I can use my black mini dimensionals for this one to pop him up, because I'm just gonna pop him up over here. I think I can get one big one right in the middle there. And then we'll put some of the minis to help hold him up, because I want to kind of pop him up and even attach the sentiment to him. So what do you guys got going on this weekend? Now that it's kind of officially fall, we've had some rain here in Phoenix, and so it's starting to feel a little cooler all of a sudden. Maybe I'll put one right there. So now that means that in my mind, it's time to be watching some football, which I've watched a little bit, but time to enjoy the cooler weather, which I need to get used to the cooler weather, because it's about half my degrees in weather is what it is at my daughter's house in Ireland. So that's going to be kind of a weather shock to me. All right. So no wrong or right. I'm just going to put this little pumpkin right on top, because I want to get the sentiment kind of hanging off the edge over here. So let's see, with our ribbon, we can just tie a little over under knot, if you will, to make a little bow. And let's get a glue dot. There we go. And put that right up here for our pumpkin, big pumpkin. Alrighty, so for our sentiment, excuse me, I wanted to say gather together. So of course that's from this adorable Pretty Pumpkin stamp set. And let's stamp it on a piece of smoky slate with some basic gray ink. And then we'll just fussy cut around it. Do you like doing that, you guys, or is it kind of a pain? I think it kind of works when it's a shorter sentiment. I'm just gonna try to make that a little darker. There we go. I don't like to do it for something really big, but it can go pretty quick. And it does not have to be perfect. That's the thing. It always kind of, as I'm doing it, doesn't look very good. But when I'm done, it's like, oh, I kind of like that. So give yourself till the very end to make your mind up if you like it or not. And the trick to doing this is you really don't want to move your scissors much. You want to move the paper. See how the paper kind of spins around? And that helps you get smoother cutting lines where it's not real jaggy and looks like you hand cut it. So it doesn't take too long. I don't know if I'd want to do like a whole lot of cards at once if I was doing all the same design and making a lot for a swap or something. I'm not sure I would choose this method, but for a few cards, it's pretty simple. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to put, let me get my silicone sheet here. I'm going to put adhesive under the left side under the gather part. And then we'll put some of those mini black dimensionals under the word together on the right side to help hold it up when it's not on top of the pumpkin. Because I want it to hang off the pumpkin. So this side's lower, right? So that's why I have the dimensionals over there. There we go. Pretty darn cute. And then I've got the inside. I thought we would just do a pretty, look how pretty that pumpkin is. And we'll do that with Blushing Bride. And we don't have to do the whole pumpkin. We can just do kind of a little bit. I think it'll still look cute. And then the same thing with our envelope. Isn't that cute? That's a pretty pumpkin with the leaves on it. All right, so what I think I've started doing, some of you have seen me do this. My friend Lisa does it a lot, and I've really come to love it. So thanks, Lisa, if you're watching. I'm doing it because I kind of learned it from her, but it's nice sometimes, especially, to layer your inside piece because it just gives a pop of color. And I agree. Lisa used to say you decorate the front so cute, and then you open it up, and it's cute. And I always stamp on it, but it's just nice to have that extra layer, right? So let's put this on the inside, and it's just gonna pop a little for us. So I've started doing it on quite a few cards. So you'll have to let me know what you think about it. Makes the card a little heavier, but I've decided that's okay. There we go. So when you open it, you've got something cute, extra colorful as well. So that's our Gather Together card, you guys. I hope you like it. Oh, hey Gina, thank you. I'm glad you like it. So pretty. All right, so let's put this one to the side, and then we'll work on our other one. But first, I wanted to show you, let's see, oh, I have this card that my downline Jackie made. It was a swap for our team meeting, and it's so pretty, and it uses this set. So if she's watching, thank you, Jackie. And look what she did, very similar. I kind of cased her design down here, except here on this large pumpkin, she had stamped and then embossed. She heat embossed. I don't know if you can see the glossiness of it. So pretty. And then she also used that fun cork that we used last month. Isn't that cool? For this pumpkin, she used the bedazzling paper that was free during celebration. And it was so popular, it ran out. So I hope you were able to get some. All right. So now let's make our second card. So again, I used that bark 3D embossing folder because I think it's just cool. And I like the cards to kind of match, right? Or coordinate, I should say, not match. So let's get our product out for this card. And again, we're using a smoky slate card base. And that's just going to start us off. Here's my bone folder. All right. So we've got this cute piece. We're going to get some ribbon across it. And we're going to use the same ribbon that we used before, this gray granite ribbon. Remember that you can find all of the measurements, you guys, on my blog post. That'll be ready this afternoon once the video gets ready from YouTube. All right. And then I've got card kits packed and cut. For those of you, anybody who wants to order by Monday night, be sure that you order a minimum of $35, and then I will send you the cute card kits. And you'll be able to make these cards. You can use stamps that you have at home and ink. And in the description of this video, you'll find all the information and the link to order. Or you can copy down this right here. All right, so I've got my ribbon on, so I'm just going to put this straight down and center it. Maybe that ribbon's not too centered. Let's see. Oh, no, that's okay. All right, so now I've got my stitched Stitch So Sweetly dies with one of the scallop rectangles here. So I want to get my sentiment on it. And my sentiment, I'm going to use soft succulent ink, and it says, if friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. Isn't that cute? All right. Let's just get our stamping pad here, and okay, we're going to go right up here in this upper left-hand corner. If friends were pumpkins, I'd pick you. I love that. Why, yes, I would. Okay, and then this is gonna go onto our card here, but we need to do our cute pumpkins. So let's stamp. We want to use our Tuxedo Black Memento ink because that means we can then use our Stampin' Blends. All right. And then this needs to get cut out with the die machine, and we've got those detailed pumpkin dies. So this is the die that would go right over it. And we'll just pretend that that's what I've done. And I've got one right here for us, all ready to go. All right, so for my Stampin' Blends, I've got Smoky Slate, Soft Succulent, and Pumpkin Pie. So I've got light and dark. So I'm gonna start with the pumpkin. Make sure that I'm on camera for you. And I'm just gonna make lines where the dark lines are. Remember, when I use my Stampin' Blends, there's different techniques. But when I use them, I like to use my dark ink where the lines are in the stamping image. I am not an artist, so I just trust the Stampin' Up! Concept artists and that they've made those lines where it would naturally be a little darker. And then I can just shade from there. So now I'm using the light marker of Pumpkin Pie, but I don't want those lines of the dark. So I want to kind of blend them in. So the harder I press, you might hear it squeaking a little bit. That's really normal. But with alcohol markers, it's nice because you can blend in the colors so that you don't have those lines. It just leaves it shaded like it is supposed to maybe look that way out in the wild. If it was in a pumpkin patch, pumpkins aren't solid colors. They have a little variation, don't they? So you can kind of be abstract, and of course on camera I'm trying to go kind of quick, but then I just press a little harder where I want to blend in the darker color. I hope you guys have used our stamp and blends. They're really great alcohol markers. And I love how I like to use the smaller end. And just like our regular markers, we have a fat end and a skinnier end. So the fat end, let me show you, is a brush tip. I typically don't use that tip. I find that a lot of people who are more like real artists, they tend to do it because they understand shading and can get just a little bit in where it needs to be. I'm kind of a fake artist where I can copy and I can use the guidelines people have given me. And then I think it looks pretty cute. All right, one more orange pumpkin. Again, I'm using pumpkin pie markers. The Stampin' Blends, they're called. They're the alcohol markers because they do blend. All right, just keep blending and blending and blending. I was just talking to my sister this weekend, past weekend, about our Stampin' Blends. So if you're watching, Connie, I hope you're going to get a chance to order some soon, because I think you would love them. They're just so fun, and they just make you feel like an artist. That's what I love most about them. I feel like I'm really doing some pretty cool things. And then, of course, the more you go over it, the more layers you lay down, the different layers just blend into each other. Isn't that kind of cool? So fun. All right, I'm going to use Smoky Slate on the stems, and I'm just going to put a little bit of dark here and there. Again, I want those stems to be kind of variegated. And you could do a brown stem. I'm using Smoky Slate because that's the paper color I'm using. I didn't use brown on this card, so I just thought my stems could be dark, but not necessarily brown. And in the world of coloring, it doesn't have to be exact, right? When I color flowers and things, I'm not a flower expert or a bird expert or anything else. So I get to just do whatever colors I like. That's the beauty of making cards. They don't have to be exact. As long as it looks cute. Okay, so now I'm using Soft Succulent for the leaves. And of course, that's just kind of the color palette that I'm using for today's cards. But other greens would look really pretty. Old Olive blends. Even the Granny Apple green to get a bright in there. There we go. Alrighty, there's our pumpkins. So cute. So I'm going to put this rectangle on with dimensionals. And I've got my black ones handy. So I'm just going to keep using them. And I want to kind of straddle the ribbon. So I'm not going to put any exactly in the middle. And once we get this on, then we'll be able to put our pumpkins on. Okay, so just kind of centering this. You could go off to the side if you liked. And then what I'm gonna do for the pumpkins is just get some adhesive on there on the top part. And then we'll get some on a couple dimensionals on the bottom because it is gonna hang off a little bit. So I'll just put a couple of the little mini black ones down on this lower spot. There we go. So again, it's flat down onto the white here with a little bit of dimensional over here with the overhanging parts. Isn't that cute? And then I've got some holiday rhinestones we can add in. I'm using these, kind of pumpkin color, gold color ones. And I just thought it would be fun. We can just put these wherever we want. And I'm just going to put 3. There we go. All right, we need a little bow on there. Get my ribbon. This is cute. And then we need to stamp our inside as well and our envelope. But let's make our bow. Again, I'm using this gray granite ribbon. I like for the projects to kind of coordinate even though they're different. There we go. Even that up a little bit. Let me get my glue dots. There we go. All right, so that's the outside. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. With our inside. So we're going to do the same thing that we did on our pink card. We're going to outline our paper. So I've got some basic white with an outline of the soft succulent, and then we'll stamp on there. Just to add a little something, something, make it a little more special. All right, so we've got our soft succulent ink, and then this really cute pumpkin flower. So when your pumpkins are growing on the ground, but they're not quite pumpkins yet, they're still those pretty flowers. I'm just gonna make the flower everything green, even though those flowers would really be, oh gosh, like a pretty yellow, wouldn't they? A golden yellow, I suppose, would be a better color. It looks like a squash flower, or, which I suppose a pumpkin flower is. Okay. So this was basic white, and I'm going to put it onto my soft succulent piece. So be sure you download that free tutorial and you'll have all the measurements and know exactly what I did. Look how nice this colored cardstock surrounding the white looks. It just helps everything pop because the white gets a little lost on it. Isn't that cute? I really like doing that now. Thank you, Lisa. I think it's cute. All right. So remember, with your orders today through Monday night, you'll receive the card packets. You'll be able to make both of these cards. You'll have to use your own stamps and dies and ink and adhesives, of course, but I'll send you all of the paper cuttings. For this card, you'll get all these pumpkins cut out. And then the thank you gift for this week to say, hey, thanks so much for ordering, is this cute little acetate box. It's, I think, the 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 acetate box, but it holds little treats. And what I didn't want to touch them in this world of COVID and all. So I've got a plastic little cello bag that's food safe that we used to sell. It's a retired Stampin' Up! Item. So I just dumped from the bag of candy into it, and then I decorated it for you. So these little thank you gifts will be going out with the card packets on Tuesday, okay? So, and then on Tuesday, I'll have a little video showing how I made that for y'all. All right, let's come up. Let me look at these comments and see. Oh, thanks, you guys. That's very nice of you. I'm glad you liked them. There we go. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I'll stand back a little bit. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, you guys. I hope that your October is off to a wonderful beginning. Like I said, it's exciting over here, and I thank you guys again so much. I'm so grateful for your continued support of my business that helped me earn this year's incentive trip, so I appreciate it. And happy birthday to my sweet grandson, Everett. I can't wait to see you in a few weeks. For Facebook Lives, you guys, I will be back in 2 weeks, which is October 15th, to share some cute projects with you and I've got a cute promotion coming up for while I'm gone and things like that. So I will be back to share all that in a few weeks. If you have questions, send me a message. You can email me at carol@chickstamper.com or comment on this video is just fine. I appreciate all your hearts. I appreciate you sharing, and be sure you follow me on Facebook as under Chickstamper, and the same thing on YouTube, and subscribe, ding the bell, and all that good stuff that YouTube likes. So that helps me find you when it's time. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. I love you so much. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.